Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Calvary Chapel 7 podcast. I'm Jordan, that's Hagen, and we're here this morning to talk about the Bible and all sorts of different things. Hagen, it's been forever since we sat down and talked about this.
Talked about this stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know. Done a podcast. It's been forever.
It's been a couple weeks, yes.
You gave me the weird mic stand.
So you just want to hold it, huh?
I think I'm just going to hold it, yeah.
Okay.
Well, how'd you sleep last night?
Well,
Are you adjusted back to America?
here's what happened.
No.
I went home at lunch, walked the dog, just ate some jerky for lunch. It's like 1:30. It's like, let me just sit in the chair and close my eyes a little bit. And then I was planning on being back here around, 2:30ish. And then I woke up and it was 5 p.m.
Whoa.
And I got up and I went pee and I came back, sat in the chair, fell asleep again, woke up at 9:30 p.m.
That's
and
not
I'm thinking,
good.
great, my night's ruined.
Yeah.
So I got up and ate something, watched an episode of this TV show I'm watching right now, Monk, and then crawled into bed and slept fine till 3 a.m. So
Just till 3 a.m. though.
right, which has been what I've been getting the last 2 nights anyway, getting up at 3. So I thought I'd be up all night, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
But ever since I've been home, I've been having the most vivid dreams. It's insane.
Like what kind of dreams?
Like Wednesday night, I dreamt that I was in like a big place with a bunch of people, and I was literally telling them exactly what I told the Wednesday night church about the Philippines. Like,
But it wasn't our people?
Some of it was our people, some of it was community people. It was people from, like, people I knew, but just a big place. But I'm literally saying everything I said.
Wow.
And then the yesterday, during my first part of my sleep, between 1 to 5, I had a dream that you and me and Josh went over to Phillipsburg, Montana, and that Eric was giving out awards, and he had 3 awards for us particularly that he gave. And it's just like little things that are real in my life, and then it's like my brain's like doing things with it. I don't know. It's weird, but they're so vivid.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I had a dream about Avery delivering we were supposed to do it here, but we did it. We had to do it in Hamilton.
Oh, wow.
Which I hear a lot about, so that's probably why it's in my head. But we go to the hospital, and it's still our doctor, but our doctor says that the room's filled, so we had to deliver in this other room.
There's no room in the inn.
There's no room in the hospital, so we had to go to like this other part of the hospital. But it's like this bar part of the hospital where like there's this like booth area. And so like she has to like deliver there, so she's delivering the baby in this booth. But there's just people who keep on coming in the booth with us and trying to drink alcohol. And it's like, what? Get out of here! What are you doing?
We're trying to have a
And
baby.
it's just like stressful, and it's just like, yeah. And then the doctor's just like, sorry, we ran out of painkillers, so it's gonna be rough. And that's where it ends.
Wow.
So hopefully that doesn't happen.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Have you?
Comment down below if you've had any interesting dreams.
Yeah, maybe it's the smoke in the air. I don't know.
Something, yeah.
But it is, it's been interesting. And I really didn't dream much at all when I was in the Philippines, which is maybe the deal. It's like I had 1 or 2 dreams, and normally I'll dream a bit. But yeah, ever since here, every night, and it's been just very like real life kind of scenarios that are just very intense.
Now, I don't want to judge you, Hagen, but do you think that you should... I know this has probably been your goal, but do you think you should really try not to nap?
Here's
and
why.
Just go to bed like
Here's
6
why
or
I thought
7
it was
o'clock?
okay.
Okay.
Here's why I think it's okay. Because 2 things are trying to be accomplished right now in my life. 1, I'm trying to get back on time on this side of the world. But 2, I missed out on a lot of sleep in the 30-something hours traveling back here that I'm deprived of.
Okay.
So I think that yesterday I got that caught up on.
Okay.
So now I just need to get my clock adjusted.
Okay.
So
Sure.
That's my strategy.
Whatever you say. In my mind, it would make sense just to really power through till like 7 o'clock, go to bed at 7, and just sleep in. And you get like 12 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can sleep in.
I don't know. But
I think I'm going to adapt this getting up at 3 a.m. thing. I get a lot done.
What did you do this morning?
Had breakfast, watched 2 episodes of my show, worked out, went on a walk, came back, did the dishes, showered, and was ready by I don't know, before 6.
Yeah.
It's like, this is great.
It's ridiculous.
You can get
but
a
then
lot
you're
done.
exhausted by 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, and I sleep for 5 hours. It's a good schedule.
It's like people who work the graveyard shifts. It's
Yeah.
like, that's wild. I don't think I could do that.
So have you heard episode 2530 of the Joe Rogan Experience from last week?
Who's it with?
His name's Timothy Albernion, and it's all about, he's an explorer, but it's all about giants in history.
Oh, I did listen to most of that.
It is, I think it's so good. Do you?
I haven't finished it.
I just
Remind
listened to the
me.
first half. So this is just like last week it dropped.
Okay. Whenever I listen to that kind of stuff, I'm always doing something else. But I remember it being interesting. He talked about the giant in Nigeria? No,
Afghanistan. There's
giant.
giant
And
stuff.
I've heard that story before. He has red hair. He kills all the Marines.
And there's, stuff in
and this,
Peru as well. But what I liked, what he was talking about, and again, I haven't finished it, and I think this guy's a Christian. I'm pretty sure, actually.
Seems like it.
And he talked about another person who I know is a Christian. And this is kind of fringy stuff, but his premise was the reason why no one wants to talk about this is because they use it in the occult. And it's like, and just the way he was piecing it together and how this natural thing is actually a supernatural thing. And even today, they might be doing supernatural stuff with maybe bones of giants that have been discovered, and how they're almost like a portal and they're using it to communicate with spirits. It's like that, to me, that lines up with paganism of the Bible, and how it still exists today. So I just found that really fascinating.
It's very interesting. Yeah, the Canaanites were into worshiping the demons, the dead, and the Jewish people believed that the demons were the disembodied spirits of the giants. That when the giants died in the flood, they became the demons that are now inhabiting the world, looking to be re-inhabited. And if you were still demonically influenced today, you would still probably be into that. It probably hasn't changed.
Yeah. So I don't know. It sounds crazy, but when I listened to it, the more and more I listened to it, I was really liking what he was saying. And like all the things, it's like, I don't know. It's like, where's the skeletons? Where's the pictures? You have stories of a guy who knows a guy who saw it. So that
Well,
part's
if you ask
always,
Joe Focht, she showed the whole church in Calvary Chapel, Philadelphia. That one we went to Kensington. He showed the whole church pictures
of giants.
Yeah, from like train carts that like this giant skeleton took up this entire train cart or whatever. And it's just like, whoa. It's like, I don't know where Joe gets all these photos from.
This was when you were growing up. He showed you.
Yeah, multiple times.
Before AI or what?
I would assume before AI. Yeah,
because now it's like, what do you believe?
That's true.
But your arm's getting tired.
Yeah, I can't do this forever. But I guess Joe could have been fooled by AI. That's possible.
I could see that, honestly.
Yeah. But Joe, I also believe that Joe knows some people. Oh, dang it. This isn't going to work, is it?
Is that one too small?
I think it is.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
No, it's too small. That's all right.
It's rough.
Wow. Well, Hagen, did you hear about the sad shooting in Twin Falls?
Yeah, when I was gone, I saw on Facebook this kind of developed, and I was like, huh. And I was particularly seeing it shared by our friend who lives in the area, Riley White.
Yes, I did see that.
So that's kind of what I was watching, the different things that he was sharing. And have you been to Twin Falls? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like Twin Falls.
I think it's cool. We went on the hike once, Avery and I, when like you hike down into like, because it's like this big ravine, right?
Yeah.
And you can like, and there's like this big waterfall, and you hike underneath behind the waterfall. I did that once. It was like, that's cool.
Shoshone Falls. It's
probably the most famous.
It's kind of like an established trail.
Yeah, it's very. It's not.
Path.
Yeah, it's very touristy kind of, but it was cool. Yeah, that's like the one time though.
Yeah, I always liked it there, and they just got this in and out like a month ago.
Oh, really?
Open. It's brand new. And for whatever reason, this guy decides to shoot up the place. I haven't heard if they've kind of figured out motive or not. But you just imagine. Well, let me back up. someone I know happened to be there when this happened.
Yes.
My friend Pastor Brennan Beeler at Calvary Chapel Eagle was in Salt Lake City with his family. They were coming back to Boise. They stopped in Twin Falls to eat, and they were sitting outside. I was just listening to him this morning tell the story. He told it on this past Sunday message. If you look it up online, what's it called? It's Galatians chapter 1, but he entitled his message maybe like "Protect Yourself at All Costs" or something.
Nice.
And he's just telling the story in the beginning of the message. And he said that they were there, and they had their 3 kids, and they're sitting outside waiting for their food. His wife went to a department store to grab something real quick. As soon as she got back, within like 30 seconds, they heard gunshots. Couldn't tell where they were coming from. He told his family to duck. And they waited there briefly, and then people were exiting to a nearby store. So a group of them went into the store, which was Dick's Sporting Goods, which I think they sell guns there. So it's like, that's an okay place to be stuck. And they barricade the store, and they're there for like 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
They barricade the store, and there's just a group of them, and you're just like waiting, and you don't know what's going on. And then like a ranger came by, and I don't know, finally let them know it was clear and that they could leave. But yeah.
That's wild.
It's like, you just imagine stopping somewhere.
For lunch.
Which we do all the time when we travel.
Yeah.
We're just going to pull into this place and
love
eat.
In-N-Out.
And before you know it, like someone's shooting, and it's just like, wow, it's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. And it's weird. It's just crazy how close it is to us and the people we know. Yeah. It's just like, whoa. Even the kids. Yeah, we were talking about last night youth group, and one of the kids was talking about, yeah, like my cousin was like in that, like my family lives there. It's just like, yeah, it's really like super close to home. 3 people died.
3 people died.
And one of them was an In-N-Out employee, which is very sad.
Ashley Garibe, she was 23 from Stockton, California. Dale Schultz is 66 from Salt Lake City, Utah. And Christopher Clonch, maybe 59 from Hagerman, Idaho, so he was the only local.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, 3 people died, and many injured, and then the shooter also, I believe, killed himself.
Yes.
And which is generally how these things go. And yeah, I haven't heard like if they've discovered motive or what.
Yeah, I looked it up. There's no motive. They know who it was. They have the pictures of him, and it's just like this. Yeah, it's just like this 24-year-old guy here.
He
I'll
went
show
to
you the
college
picture.
there, I think. His name's Chad Williams, right? Not to be confused with the Chad Williams that was on our podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yes, very awkward.
But yeah, it's kind of a common name, I think.
And
I even saw that the Twin Falls sheriff or police had to come out and say, because apparently people were harassing a different Chad Williams who was from the area, and thinking it was him. And it's like, who was in the military. They're like, this is not the guy. Stop harassing him. It's this other guy with the same name.
And also the guy's dead.
Yeah.
So who
you harass? That's true.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. People are, well, I guess people are in panic.
Yeah, just kind of a crazy thing. And you think, what would I do?
Yeah, well, 2 people got out of their cars and started shooting back. And the one guy got shot in the arm, right?
I don't know. Maybe
he was shooting back, and he got shot in the arm. So it's like, whoa, that's kind of heroic. And yeah, you don't think, would you do that? Would you get out of your car and In-N-Out and just try to return fire?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I would, but I don't know until you're there. Right?
And it is kind of like it's like that's a very dangerous thing to do for a lot of reasons.
Sure, the cops could kill you.
Yeah, how do they know?
Yeah.
So, or someone else gets out of their car and thinks and they should kill you. Yeah.
Yeah, it is tricky.
Yeah, so that seems like a tricky situation. And, you think about things like that do happen at churches. And it's like, if someone were to come in here with a gun in church and people were to start shooting, it's very likely that someone would shoot someone without even intending to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those things are not good. But, yeah. Yeah, and it's just crazy. That's always like this young 23, 24-year-old guy. How old was Tyler Robinson? He's still alive.
In his 20s, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
Something about 20.
One of the most fascinating things about the whole Charlie Kirk thing is that Tyler Robinson is alive. Yes. So there's like literally almost all these things, like the Trump assassination attempt, a lot of these public shootings, they either kill themselves or the cops end up killing them. But the fact that this guy's alive is very kind of unique and allows us to learn a lot, maybe.
Hopefully.
So.
Yeah. But we can't be sure if he killed him or not till August of next year.
Yeah,
that's when the court
insane.
case.
Yes.
Yeah, the court case
how
is
slow
pushed
that
back.
goes.
Yeah.
Candace doubts
Of course.
Owens.
Yes. Well, I was just listening to this other person talk about how because the big thing is there was no exit wound. Right, like the bullet goes in, but it doesn't come out. So people think it was a microphone, like this one, that just exploded, right? Or they think it was the tunnels underneath they shot up or something. I don't know. But I was listening to someone talking about how like that's like a military grade gun that they used in World War II and in the Korean War, and how they know that, although it's not always likely, that kind of gun, the bullet expands like a self-defense round. And so it's not impossible for it just to go in and stay there, or to expand into his chest and into his head, which is which makes you think he was dead on impact.
Sure.
Like there's no way you could survive that.
Yeah.
Just like that metal. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Weird world we live in.
It is a crazy world we live in.
But
and there's these big old fires going around everywhere.
Apparently, somehow we're getting smoked out here.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't really smell smoky to me here, does it to you?
Last night we were outside with the kids, and it suddenly just got like so smelly. It's just like this coal smoke smell, and I was like, ugh. I don't know. It's like in the evening it got cooler, and all the smoke just kind of came down. I don't know how that works, but it was just like, ugh, I don't like this. So, but yeah, all day it's just kind of like musty a little bit. And honestly, it's kind of nice because it keeps it from getting that hot.
It does help with the heat, yeah.
Yeah, which is a little nice, but still. So last night we were playing this game where it's like a scavenger hunt, and the kids had to go around like finding these different locations and taking a picture with their group. So like go to the bear statue and take a whole picture of your group. We had Sammy dressed up as Superman. Like go find Sammy and take a picture with him. And it was Michael, Virgil, and Ben. I guess maybe I shouldn't say their names. But anyways, they were coming back and from Safeway. And there's just one kid there who we kind of know from youth group, and he's like 18. He's come to youth group before, and he's on like his 4-wheeler, and he's like, "Hey, Michael, hop on." They're talking to him. Michael's like, "Hop." Michael hops on, and they drive like literally like 2 blocks or like a block, going like 20 miles an hour, and this cop just pulls them over. So then Haley comes running back to me, and I'm in church, and Haley's like, "Ben got pulled over, the cops." So I drive over there, and it's Penner and this other new guy. And they're just there, and they're just like in their cars running this guy's plates because apparently he didn't have it registered. And so that was pretty exciting. We were there for like 15, like they were there for like 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why it takes so long, but
So did they take him to jail?
Oh no, they just gave him a citation for not having it registered and told Michael to wear a helmet. So yeah, but Michael didn't get in trouble. And Michael, if you haven't told your mom and dad about this,
sorry about this.
Sorry, hopefully they don't listen. Yes. But no, I mean, he was just being goofy. I don't think they were going to do anything dangerous.
It's not a big deal.
No, he wouldn't be the first person to ride on someone's back on the quad down Shoup Street.
Sure.
And then last night, this makes me mad. Last night we were in the church, just kind of cleaning up, hanging out. It was like 9, and it was like closer to 10 o'clock-ish, I guess. And this car zooms down the alleyway right there, like going like 50 miles an hour. It's like if I had stepped out, I would be dead.
Yeah.
There's no way you would have been able to stop fast enough. Like that's crazy. People are so reckless.
People will go fast there, yeah.
Yeah, and that's bad. That makes me angry. It's like you're gonna kill someone.
We should put speed bumps out there or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or keep our little yellow signs out there all the time.
You should go to City Hall and tell them that they need speed bumps in the alleys because people go too fast outside of our door.
Yeah. It's like, why does Michael going 20 miles an hour get pulled over? But then these people going great, and being a cop's a hard job, so. But just like, that's a problem. Someone's going to die doing that. But yeah. Well, do you have any after you're back from the Philippines, you've had some time to digest, you've really been able to think about it. Do you have any fresh revelations from the Philippines?
Well, I forgot to tell the story on Wednesday night that one of the nights they went to like this outdoor basketball court, but it has like a roof. And they were going to do like this competition, but then the other team never came. So we just kind of sat there for
Like
a long time.
a basketball game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basketball is a huge deal in the Philippines. Huge.
Of course.
Yep. And anyway, it starts raining, keeps raining. And it's like, okay, finally we're going to go. And this is probably, a mile and a half from my hotel, probably just, a little over half a mile from the church. And the one guy's like, I'll give you a ride back on my motorcycle. It's like, no, I'll just walk. It's like pouring. It's like, I'll just walk. He's like, no, it's too far. He goes, hop on. He goes, I've been riding a motorcycle forever. I've never had any incidents. It's like, okay. And I've driven motorcycles, but I've actually never been a passenger.
Oh,
right?
wow.
So I sit on the back of this bike and I mean, I'm substantially larger than everyone over there pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just thinking like, does he understand how big I am? Like, is he used to hauling someone my size? Like, I'm just worried, honestly. And I'm like, just like holding on. It's just like raining and, traffic's people, there's no rules over there. People just drive by instinct and it's just like chaos. But anyway, I made it back, but that was very memorable that I got to ride on the back of a motorcycle in the middle of the rain on the roads in the Philippines.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you were okay.
So that was a good time.
Golly, I was thinking about that kid who you gave those running shoes to. Because, like, what if? And I know that ultra marathoning is not an Olympic sport, but like the bar for the Olympics is pretty low in other countries, right?
I guess so.
Like it's not. Well, I shouldn't say low. It's not as high as we have it here. Like if you make it on the American team, like you're the best in the world. But like if you make it in like the Czechoslovakia team in the Olympics, it's like okay, that's cool. But what if this kid with your running shoes trains really hard?
Yeah.
And then he's in the Olympics one day.
It's possible.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. That would be exciting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was like, and I bought him his first pair of running shoes. And here he is in the Olympics competing for the Philippines.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, anything else about the Philippines? Does it just make you excited for missions around the world?
Yes and no. It's just, man. And I know the Apostle
big.
Paul would be mad at me, but it's like, it's just so hard getting places.
And let's be honest, did Paul really go that far? Yeah. He went across the Mediterranean lake.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, man, if these places were easier to get to, I'd go a lot more, but it's just like a lot. But it is exciting to be there. And it never ceases to amaze me. I noticed this with Vlad in Republic of Georgia, and then with Tony in the Philippines, and then because I'm studying Hebrews 11, just like the faith that these people have. It's like they really do operate on faith.
Yeah.
And just hearing stories about Pastor Tony's wife Amber was telling me a story of, because they have this kind of retreat center down off the mountain, down by the lake, which is where they originally kind of lived and had a church there. And then when the volcano happened, they moved up on Tagaytay, up onto this mountain city, and they planted a church up there, but they still have this kind of retreat center, which is kind of cool. I didn't show any pictures of it, but I have pictures of it. And they'll host like these things for pastors, and it's not just like a Calvary Chapel thing. It's very broad, but they'll have like trainings for pastors, and they'll just bring people from all over the area and do like a little retreat for the weekend or something. And she was telling me how in order to these pastors are come, this one pastor came and he told her, he goes, I'm just a little worried. And she goes, why? He goes, I don't have any way of getting back. Like he had no money, no pesos. Wow. Like he got there, but he like no way of getting back to where he came from. And it's like, and it's like, well, we'll figure it out. And in order to host one of these things, they needed like 70,000 pesos, and like they're already doing it, but they don't have the money yet. And like that week before, like the right amount of money came in from someone that doesn't even go to their church, and just like stories like this. And it's just like, wow. Like for me, it's like if I'm going to go to a pastor's conference, right? It's like I know that I'm going to go. I know where I'm going to stay. I know how I'm getting home. Like it's not a problem. There's plenty of resource. But for these people, it's like they went out not knowing where they were going or not knowing how they're going to get home, and
Just like Abraham.
Just thinking like my life doesn't run that way, and maybe it should more. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. And in one sense, I'm grateful that it doesn't. And in another sense, maybe I'm robbed because it doesn't. So,
Wow.
yeah. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's something. Yeah, it was just a great time, great experience. If you haven't checked it out, you can just check out my message from this past Wednesday where I showed all the pictures, and it's online. You can kind of see things a little better. But yeah, I'm excited to go back. And even like Tony and Amber, it's like they were raised in the Philippines and lived in America for, I don't know, almost 4 decades, I think. And then we're determined to go back and stay back, and their plan is to die there.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
And I mean, they come to America maybe twice a year. All their kids live here, but it's like the Philippines is their home. And that's just like a real testament to me, because you just have this idea of America is where everyone wants to be when they live in countries like this, and they got to be here, and they chose to go back to where they came from because they believe that's what God has called them to do. And that's interesting to me.
Yeah, that's a crazy.
Like, it's proof to me that God's called them.
Yes.
Because it's like, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, we're going to kind of get a work started here, but then we're eventually going to go back and maybe like live with our kids when we're old. But it's like, no, like we're committed to dying here. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is crazy. Missionary. I mean, that's kind of that used to be the norm for every missionary, because like you said, travel's so hard.
Yeah.
My Aunt Becky would always talk about how missionaries today have gone soft and how it's kind of like, they go, they do their thing, and then they come back and they stay in America. But my Aunt Becky, who spent like her entire, my mom's not that old, but my mom's very young.
Not at all.
But she's like my mom. I think she's a little older than my mom, and she spent my mom remembers her after college. Aunt Becky went to Africa, and instead of going and having a family and doing everything that my mom did, like my mom's best friend, she just went to Africa, and she spent her entire life there, and she's probably gonna continue to just spend her entire life there. And it's like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's God's calling. And I think it connects to, you'll like this, I think it connects to the gift of singleness. Because sometimes people worry about oh no, do I have the gift of singleness?
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, this is a terrible thing. Being saying, it's like, no, if you have the gift of singleness, I think you're going to be okay with it.
Go to a foreign country.
No.
Never come back.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. If you have the gift of singleness, you'll be okay with it. And I think if you have the gift or the calling to be a missionary, you'll be okay with it. You might not always love it, but I think you'll have this peace about it. And I'm not saying that it's not hard for these missionaries, but I think God gives them a peace where it's you know what, this I'm gonna go and I'm gonna die here, and this is just how it is. And someone who's just single for Jesus, it's yeah, this is cool. This is what God's given me.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that's you.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
On our Sunday night prayer things, people are kind of, we know you pray through a lot of things. You pray through the cards, and you still got maybe 15 minutes left, So, people are kind of not scraping the bottom of the barrel. I shouldn't say that. But people are kind of the go-to thing at the end is kind of just praying for you to find your wife. And then everyone likes to chime in on that. Yeah. I always think it's nice.
That is nice. Yes, I'm grateful for that. Yes.
This is nice.
Yes.
Because she's out there somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah. Maybe she's listening right now.
Maybe. Yes.
On Facebook.
Yes. What else did I want to say about that? Missionaries, committed, calling.
Is your brain a little foggy this morning? Because mine is.
I think mine's less foggier than yours.
Yeah, I'm a little foggy. I still need to clean out the van from last Saturday, from our little river day. But that's not important right now. What do you have about the Philippines?
That's not important right now, no, but it is important.
Yeah, I just need to remind myself to do it. Yeah.
Yes. Man, I don't remember what I was going to say about that. But something to be mindful of, like I briefly mentioned in one of my dreams, is that Calvary Chapel Salmon Phillipsburg Fellowship is launching August 30th.
Yes.
So we're going to run over there next week and kind of see how things are going and pray for some stuff. But it's happening.
Yeah.
So that's good
Now,
news.
have you thought about their opening day, people going down, or later people going down?
I would like to, but it's just kind of bad timing. Josh isn't here. You're going to be freshly a father. So maybe like the next month.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Maybe sometime in September.
Okay.
Have some people go over.
That'll be very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got the live stream hopefully all figured out with that. If you've been frustrated at the live stream.
It's worked once.
It's worked twice, actually 3 times, 2 Sundays and a Wednesday. And we updated the system, and we're hoping that that was the problem, that was outdated. So that's the inside scoop on that.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Hagen, did Jesus descend into hell during the 3 days and 3 nights on the cross?
Well, what do you mean by hell? Actually, I was thinking about this earlier.
That's a good, which
is part of
when I couldn't fall asleep last night, I did some research into this, yes.
Yeah, it's like
Hades.
Or even, I mean,
the realm of the dead.
Grave. It's like, what does it mean?
Well, the clarification is that it's very clear that Jesus' body went to the grave. The tomb, the inner parts of the earth, as Matthew would say. I think Matthew 19, Jesus says that.
And you seem to emphatically know where this tomb is, although I disagree.
I didn't want to bring this up. I was literally thinking about, I shouldn't bring this up. But no, yeah, I don't want to say it because it's just so rude to people. Because I know people don't like.
I don't know if that empty tomb that I go and look at when I go to Israel is the tomb.
See, it has an emotional connection to
you. But I definitely don't think it's the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
Yeah, it's just most likely is.
No.
Because 100 AD, there was all these Christians who were saying this is it, this is the place. And then the pagan emperor was like, okay, you think this is where Jesus rose from the dead, or this? We're going to build this pagan temple on top of it. And they literally, from archaeology, show that they built this pagan temple on top of it. And then, but the Christians would still gather there to celebrate Jesus' resurrection. And then after Rome became Christian, the people come back and they're like, yeah, this is still the place. And they dig around it and they find the graves, they find the tombs there. And this is just the story lines up. It all makes sense. It would be where it would be. I don't like that they built this really big, weird looking church on top of it and have all these kind of weird statues. But it's probably the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
What's interesting about...
It's just all the evidence to it.
That I was thinking that doesn't really relate, but kind of does. How good of a job the Spaniards actually did of converting cultures. It's wild. The Philippines were occupied by the Spaniards, which is why they're majority Catholic. Mexico and almost all of South America. From Spain, a country that's this big in Europe, you have 2 people going around the world colonizing, the Spaniards and the English, right? And actually one of the movies of Pirates of the Caribbean kind of carries that idea of this, they're trying to get to the Fountain of Youth, and that one guy's like, I will not have a Catholic get to the Fountain of Youth, talking about the Spaniards.
Oh yeah, and the Catholic guy finds, and he's like, destroy it.
Yeah.
Because only God can give eternal life.
Which is great, actually.
It's amen.
It's a great
Destroy
scene.
this pagan shrine.
Yes.
Yes, baller.
But, it's the reason why all of South America and Mexico speak Spanish outside of Brazil, speak Spanish, and because the Philippines is such a heavy Spaniard influence, is literally because back then these people showed up on boats. And what blows my mind is how it still affects the culture today. It wasn't just this 100-year thing. It's this thing that's lasted for hundreds of years that's ingrained now in their culture. And that's really fascinating to me.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's the truth in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though there was probably weird stuff back then, and even though the Spaniards were probably killing people, there's diseases, they were still bringing the truth.
Yeah.
And that stuck there, which is cool.
And yeah, it's just crazy. And then even just like the language, like that almost an entire continent speaks Spanish, not because they're Mexican or Peruvian, but because of the Spaniards from over there. They came there. Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
And that's why if I ever learned another language, it would do Spanish, because you can literally talk to almost half the world with English and Spanish.
It's very useful.
Yeah. It's
much more practical than French.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, in high school, the options were Spanish or French, and it's like, why would you choose French? It's silly. But back to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, what I don't think is true, and this is silly, is like, so like, after all this stuff happens where they're pretty sure this is the place, Constantine's mom, Empress Helena or whatever, comes to Jerusalem, and she goes around naming all these holy sites.
That's right.
She's like, this is the place, this is the place, this is the place. She was probably right about that one. But what's interesting, she went there and she like dug up the cross of Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's ridiculous.
And then guess what they did with it? They'd sell pieces of it.
They didn't sell pieces of it. They would give pieces
I
of
don't
it.
know. And then I'm pretty sure they'd sold them. And it's like, you've given away enough or sold enough that this must have been the world's largest cross. Well, and it's like, it's the miracle of reproduction.
Yes, it was like the loaves and the fishes.
Yes,
silly.
And it's like,
why do you doubt?
That is so interesting.
Yeah. And it's just so that's silly, but you go before Helena and like the evidence is still strong. And then the evidence for the garden tomb, or they call it Gordon's Calvary.
The one that looks like a skull.
Yeah, but it's just it's too
That's
far.
That's crazy that it'd be by the hill that looks like the skull.
It's too far. And then that tomb that's there is not a Jewish tomb.
Outside the city,
it was
hill
from
that looks like a
700 years before Jesus. It was used by these different people in this different culture. It was a mass grave. It was renovated like 300 years before Jesus. It's just the evidence is just like this was not a virgin, because it says in Luke it was a virgin tomb. It was never been laid in before, and it's like, that's not a virgin tomb. So it's like, that's rough. And it's cool. I mean, it looks way better, but it's just like it's what our brains all picture. But yeah, it's probably not accurate.
I don't know.
Which really is, it's sad. I wanted it to be accurate, but then I looked into it and it's like, yeah, it's probably the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
I'm curious, did you go to the Vatican.org and get your
No.
information?
Well, I was reading my Protestant commentary on Luke because I was studying it for today, and then he was like, there's these two options, there's this tomb and there's the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. And it's like, they both have some pros to them, but the evidence far outweighs towards the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. And I was like, no way. It's like, this guy's lying to me. And I look at his cross references and I do some research and I ask AI. And it's just
sure you did.
And it's just like, all the evidence points to it. So
well, no, all the evidence does not.
What's evidence points to it being?
Well, you can't say all the evidence points to it, or the other one wouldn't even be an option, right?
It's not really an option.
Please.
People just like it because it looks better.
No way.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like a tomb that's outside the city walls of Jerusalem. So it's like, this could be it. It's like, well, it could be, but not really. Because we just never.
No, we want one inside the walls, unlike the Bible says.
That's before, when Jesus was living, that was outside the walls.
I don't know about that.
The city was smaller back then. We know that. We know that.
I don't know.
That's not controversial. But whatever. So when I'm going to be a real bummer when I go to Jerusalem.
Yeah, just go to all go to all the holy Catholic sites and you'll be happy.
That's right.
Yeah, kiss their statues and take your shoes off and walk up.
You'll be doing your acapella worship by the garden tomb.
Yes.
No, I want to go to the garden tomb. I think that'd be nice. I'll just be thinking in my head. This wasn't it.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. Hagen asked Jordan if he's ever been there, from Riley White. No, Riley, I've never been there.
And Riley and
I'm
I
sorry,
have been
I didn't
there
have
together.
this emotional experience
there,
which in my opinion makes it less valid. It's like I had this emotional experience there, so it has to be.
The fact that you haven't been, you're an unbiased source.
Yeah, because you went there and your tour guide told you this is it.
Okay,
and who was your tour guide?
Herzl, which Riley would know. Herzl would not lead us astray.
I don't know.
Many
I would
tour
say
guides
look
would,
into
but
it.
Herzl
I would
would
say
not.
look into it.
No. And and this is how it is. I mean, most of the places you go to, they'll tell you this is most likely. The Southern Steps, they say this is 100%. The Abraham's Gate, this is 100%. The Western Wall, obviously, this is 100%. Sure. Other things are like, this is probably, this could be, this is one of two, and they tell you the thing, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fun. Wow. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Jesus didn't descend into hell. Many people believe that.
What do you mean by hell?
Oh, yeah, we haven't talked about that.
I feel like Jordan Peterson anytime I ask a question to a question.
What do you mean by believe?
Yes.
The guy's like, do you believe in God? What do you mean by that?
You can't even define belief.
Yeah.
Therefore, your question is illogical.
It's like, okay.
It's like, what?
Jesus' spirit, when he was on the cross, he said, Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. He told the thief on the cross, today you will be with me in paradise. People read 1 Peter 3, 8 through 10, and it talks about how you read it, and if you don't really pay attention to the context, you think, oh, Christ went and preached to the spirits in prison. And it's like, that must be Jesus during the 3 days and 3 nights. But then if you just keep on reading that passage, it says, while the ark was being constructed. And many people have just been like, okay, well, the context is clearly Jesus preaching through Noah to the spirits who are now in prison, but before they were in prison, they were the pre-flood people. So Jesus was preaching through Noah to the people before the flood. That makes the most sense. We know in 1 Peter then, chapter 1, it talks about the Spirit of Christ preaching to people, Jesus preaching through the Old Testament prophets. So, yeah.
But what about the creeds?
Well, actually, when you go to the oldest version of the creed, that part's not in there, which is very interesting. The Apostles' Creed. And I don't put that much stake in the creeds.
You really like the creeds? You
No,
really
I
like
don't.
the Catholic holy sites?
You brought up the creed.
I don't know about
you
that.
brought up the creeds.
Because it says he descended into hell.
Yeah, but the earliest version
and on the third day he rose again.
Does not include he descended into hell. That was added later.
I actually don't know any of the creeds.
Yeah, I remember once at the Baptist church, I heard that they were going through the Apostles' Creed. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. And we love the Baptist church. But just like, I don't think I would ever do that.
Well, for that church that we went to, I don't want to say it. That church
Riley said, might as well just go to the Vatican, Jordan.
Yes, that church that, well, anyway, the Calvary Chapel used to be in Buell. We went on a youth retreat, right? A winter youth retreat.
Yes,
and the theme was...
and the youth pastor's name was Jordan.
Yeah, and the theme was
Abide.
It wasn't the creed, though. It was the catechism, wasn't it?
Well, the one I went to was 1 John.
Okay.
Did you go to a different one?
Yeah,
then?
we went to another one. But the theme was literally like...
The catechism?
A thing from the catechism. And that was the first hint that these guys are doing strange things.
Yeah.
And from there, it kind of developed that we are not the same.
That's very, very interesting to teach on.
I think it's whatever in the catechism, it's like the opening statement is like, you were created to bring God glory or something. And
it's like the question and answer thing. Like, what is the purpose of man?
Yeah.
To
was
enjoy
that
God?
Or no?
I don't remember. I just know that's how those things
that
work.
was it. And it was based on that. And it's like, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
So
that's very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, people just get weird with like putting too much stock in that kind of stuff.
What
I think do you think that our creed? I think our creeds are kind of just like the songs we sing. Like we sing these songs. It's like what we believe.
Reckless love of God. This is my creed.
Amen.
Holy water on my skin.
Yeah, I guess some of our songs aren't the best for that. But there's some songs that we sing that are just like, yeah, this is what we believe. This is who Jesus is. This is what he's done.
Yeah.
And
the Bible is my creed.
Okay. Sure. But we sing these songs and we kind of memorize these songs.
We should. Most people
know. I mean, most of us probably know these songs. Like if we just start singing them, we could probably do pretty good. So that's how I view it. It's like we don't need. I'm just saying, I don't think we need like poems to recite. Like we have these songs. Which is
and there's
Jesus.
this idea of like reciting a creed that's super old because it almost brings like a unity of believers cross.
I believe in God.
Yeah, like cross-cultural and cross generational. Like for thousands of years, believers have recited these actual words, but it's just like,
yeah, exactly.
How about this? I don't know.
Oh, what was it? Oh, it's like I was looking into this last night, and it was like, there's like no early church evidence for so and so. And it's it was like on one of those like Catholic people on Instagram, and it's like or YouTube or whatever, and it's like there's no early church writings that people believed in faith by or like salvation just by faith alone. It's like there is, called the Apostle Paul.
It's called the Book of Ephesians, the Book of Galatians.
That's the early church writing. It's called the Bible, and it's like people just get their weird. Yeah, and the other thing with that is like 90%. This is interesting. 90% of writings during that time have been lost. So when people quote the early church fathers, they're quoting from like 10% of the total pool, and it's just like it's like we don't really know too much about that time because it wasn't preserved as well as the scripture. Scripture was preserved well because it's scripture, but everything else wasn't preserved that well, and so people get goofy.
So I know people that believe that Jesus descended into hell or preached
to the spirits
in prison. Like that's what they think that means. And although I don't necessarily agree with that idea, that's somewhat okay.
Yeah, it's not the worst
danger is if you think Jesus went to hell to atone more, to suffer in hell, that's heresy.
Yeah.
If you believe that Jesus went to hell to complete the atonement and to suffer further, and this would preach. Jesus went to hell so you don't have to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That preaches.
Yeah.
It's not true. Jesus did not go to hell to suffer for your sins. It was finished on the cross. All of the atonement was done on the cross. There's not a further need for that. And there's Christians that believe that Jesus needed to suffer in hell, and that I believe is heresy.
Because he cried out to Telestai, paid in full, it is finished.
That's right.
And then he didn't go to hell for 3 days.
Yeah,
it's done. More. It's finished.
Yeah.
It also kind of connects to this whole idea that's very popular where like Jesus needs to go to hell to preach to the Old Testament saints, or as it says in Ephesians, to lead captivity captive. And he needs to go here and like lead the people out of not hell necessarily, but like
prison,
Abraham's
bosom.
Yeah, it's like this weird idea, Abraham's bosom, and it's just like that. I think is not scriptural at all, because it's like, my simple question is, okay, where did Elijah go? Did Elijah go up or down? He went up, and it literally says Elijah went up in the whirlwind to heaven, and it's like, well, was Elijah the exception? Does everyone else have to wait in spirit prison until Jesus?
Yes.
But then Elijah just gets to go
and
early?
Enoch are the only ones in heaven until after the resurrection.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, it just seems like, and then the Luke passage with the rich man and Lazarus, nowhere does it say that they're like, it says there's a great gulf, which, I mean, could just be Hades and heaven. So nowhere does it immediately say that's like this, like Abraham's bosom's the separate place from heaven. Abraham's bosom just means next to Abraham or Abraham's side. So if Abraham's in heaven, Lazarus would be in Abraham's side. He would be with Abraham. And so it's it's just like, but it's something, I think I get so fired up about it because it's something that I was just taught. So
well, sure. It's pretty common in Calvary circles because Chuck Smith taught it.
I just like taught all the time. And it's just like, but wait, like, I don't think that's true.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just, and I taught it. I believed it. But then you look into it, it's like, it's like, that's just kind of weird.
And especially just like what's the simplest interpretation? And it's like, is all of this the simplest interpretation, or are we kind of mixing some confusing things to trying to bring clarity to something that we're not quite sure of to do something, or is it a lot more simple?
And like the people say, well, the Old Testament saints couldn't go to heaven yet because they weren't, because Jesus didn't die yet. And it's like, I don't know, because in Genesis 15, it says that Abraham believed in God and it was accounted to him for righteousness. So Abraham was righteous because he believed in God.
Yeah.
And it's like, that seems the exact same thing as me. And even though the atonement wasn't given yet, like it would be given, and that would be able to go past, present, and future. Jesus forgave sins before he died on the cross.
And where's heaven?
With Jesus.
Right, but I mean,
God.
transcends time.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
So it's like, there's that aspect.
I don't
to
know
think
about
through
that.
too.
People talk a lot about that. I don't know if heaven necessarily transcends time.
Really?
Because it seems in heaven that there is time.
Really?
Yeah, in Revelation it talks about there's the months and the seasons with the tree of life.
Yeah.
And it seems like in Revelation that like it's like when you're in heaven's perspective, like they're following along with the tribulation on earth.
No.
Yeah.
Right. Well, right. But I think that's because of the earth part of that equation, not the heaven part of that equation.
Okay.
Like when heaven is observing earth, they're going to be observing time.
Interesting.
When you watch Spider-Man, you're limited to the timeline of the character. Right.
So do you think we all show up in heaven at the same time?
I don't know.
Sure. Okay. That's fair.
But I'm not
I don't know
against
either.
that idea.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
But-
It's like you like have like Moses and Elijah speaking of Jesus on the Mount Transfiguration. It's like it seems like they're like in heaven and they got there and now they're coming with Jesus and talking to him.
Well, I mean, and we're going to be in heaven for 7 years
Sure.
and come back.
So it just seems like there is time. Yeah.
Kind of, I think.
Yeah. I'm open to it working differently. But it just seems like when you read the Bible, nowhere does it say there's no time in heaven. It just says that heaven's, or the new heaven's
the idea of forever.
Sure. But that doesn't mean no time. Forever actually implies time, right?
Does it?
Yeah, because it just keeps going.
I don't know.
Can it really be forever if there's no time?
I think.
Is there time in hell?
I think hell does have time.
Okay.
But
okay.
it's going to be forever.
But hell is eternal too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, people say
Well,
that
I
all the
just
time.
think
There's
that-
no time in heaven. It's like, well, where do you get that?
Well,
I don't know.
God's not bound by time.
Sure. That's fair.
God transcends time, right? Because
Yes.
he created it.
Sure.
So I think that
Do angels transcend time?
do angels transcend time?
Probably not. It seems
Angels
that
transcend certain things of this creation, right?
yeah, but in Daniel it talks about how he was like caught up for like 3 days. Like he was like
Sure.
he tried to get there, and he was like. It seems like there's like this.
Yeah, but that's when they're on our timeline.
Sure,
though, right?
kind of, yeah. But he's also hopping through portals and stuff. So
That's right.
yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, God transcends time, as in God's always been, he always will be, and he knows it all. But it's like, and I don't think we're never gonna know this for sure. But I don't think it's like.
But
quite
we
what
can
you
know
think.
where the tomb is. Huh.
Yeah, because of archaeology, because of the evidence. Yeah, I think we can know that. Well, we can be pretty sure.
Yes.
There's things we're way more certain about than where the tomb is, but the evidence is pretty good. Wow. Well, good. Glad we're on the same page about that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what eternity's like.
No, me neither. Yeah, it's just like I don't like people say like it's just gonna be like a constant state, and it's like I don't know. Like I think we're just, like there's the 1,000-year reign. That's 1,000 years.
Right. Where's
And-
that happen?
Earth. Okay,
Our
yes.
timeline.
But heaven and earth are going to be like, I think, pretty close during that time. And it's just like, yeah, it just seems that like, yeah, you say like our timeline and God's timeline. It's like, I think, is God moving through time with us? I don't know, probably.
Yeah, Mormons would think so. Because
Okay.
there's this idea that he's learning and progressing.
Yeah, I'm
and,
not saying that.
like, because he's like going through
he
life.
knows
with us.
it all. He's not learning anything.
But he doesn't just know it all. He's above it all and like outside of it all and not limited by it all.
Yeah,
Right.
he's not limited by time. Sure.
Yeah.
Because he created time.
Right.
Yeah, because time, that is true. I'll give you that. Time is a created thing.
You're good.
And time is connected to matter. That is true.
But why does time matter? But you know what does matter? How long this podcast is going.
What? Are you telling me to wrap it up?
We are limited by time.
Amen. Okay. Well, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Riley. Riley, I'm glad you're okay and
Our
safe.
one fan.
Our biggest fan.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Well, see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.